And we are back once again talking about the tokusatsu we watched this week. This week. This is Half Hour Henshin, and I am Sleepy Witch, joined by
DJ Azure, the 2.5D Hero Talk Tuber.
the last. Oh my god, we got one after today. We got one more episode of Ultraman Omega.
Yeah.
And then we'll be down to 3 episodes for a bit. And then after like a month, we'll be down to like a month or two, we'll be down to 2. But I mean, we'll see if something pops up between then. But as things are going, we got stuff to talk about. Okay, so Zeztz, the lady who does not fuck around, I guess.
Yeah. Oh my god. The fact that it's okay. So remember when we were talking about what's it called? Remember when we were talking about Gav, and I was like saying like, oh wow, okay, I guess we're just getting into it right away. Yeah, that's how it feels. They introduce this lady for one episode, and immediately she's already the cause of so many problems.
First of all, they put her in the opening, which is how you know that's something serious.
Yeah, and the funniest part about it too, though, is that bro still thinks he's part of the team is still happening.
He will probably be part of the team eventually.
Yeah,
but right now,
yeah,
I love. Okay, so much of the stuff in this episode with Nox specifically, I love. Obviously, I think Baku had a lot of really cool shit too, but I specifically adore the like him showing up. Here's the thing, and it's like, I told you to bring him to me alive.
Yeah,
crazy. He was just too pissed. He did not want that guy alive.
Yeah, but just like we were talking about last week, they specifically zoomed in on him pulling out machinery because it did have the memory core, which comes into a kind of sad part later on when Baku tries to activate Zero as a bike. And
yep, recovery puts the body back together, which at the very least is like, hey, we do know that the bike is still here, and it does get like double like emphasized that was just a puppet body for him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we don't know how much of that is like just these memories, or if that is like someone else is going to be able to like if Zero is ever going to be able to reach out. To me, he's still okay, I keep knocking over my microphone. I need to stop trying to talk with my hands. I'll leave some sort of that thing in. But anyway, going back to things, I don't know if like Zero is still on the table as a character that who come back, or also if this is specifically the memories of Zero. You know that one of my favorite tropes, coming from Build and now also being used as Omega, is the like, are their memories the people though? Like, are the memories themselves the thing that make you you? And so really specifically, if we meet the original Zero, if this was a puppet for like that set of memories, is the original Zero quote unquote a different person who might not like give a shit or care for Baku because he hasn't actually met or done anything with Baku.
Yeah, which is interesting. But also like talking about the bike still being in use, the fact that like they Zero gave him which one, like what was it, booster, he gave him booster,
yeah,
so that he could
it's like the Zero booster or something.
Yeah, so that he could still do stuff.
Yeah, kind of still incredibly sad. I do love. Oh my god, one of the great things has been. I think I've told you, one of my other friends has started watching toku. He's watching Zeztz with me. He's been watching Geats on his own, and then when we get another chance, we're watching some episodes of Kuga.
Ooh,
I think my favorite thing is seeing him and he'll be like, huh, they keep reusing this location a lot, huh?
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, they'll do that. They got like 3 locations.
Mm-hmm.
But
oh man,
continuing on, the Nox stuff this episode was super cool. Him showing up, the Nox versus Zeztz fight this episode was super sick. I do love that we're seeing that regardless of the power-up, Nox is just a more experienced guy, and he still basically, like, handles Baku pretty easly.
Yeah. Man, such a sick fight. And all of that, it's actually kind of cool. Like, we basically have, like, light versus shadow, essentially. With plasma. With the
lightning versus the, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that was such a cool fight. Like, yeah.
And
like,
I do love that he immediately ran off to fight the nightmare. Mm-hmm. But because of the fight, like, every once in a while, I think you'll see either a writer or like a Sentai member lose a fight, and it almost feels like nothing happened because like 5 minutes later they just retransform and everything's fine. But this time you saw that Baku basically was like trying to fight the nightmare empty-handed because he was already so like down.
Yeah. What was actually super cool about it too, though, was the fact that he was actually using the power of the capsum in his hand,
Yep.
essentially. That
I
was
do like
God, that
seeing
was
it
so
get a
cool.
little bit more use. I always thought it was really cool whenever they would especially at the beginning of a build when you saw them using just the bottles as weapons.
Yes, exactly. That actually, yeah, that's what that reminded me of. Like, you know, when Bonjo would like shake would shake a full bottle and use it
Yeah, just to like
in his
punch a
punches.
dude.
Yeah.
Incredibly good. And then again, you know, first of all, I do love the like punch into like has to throw up Nem up. I love again that we're kind of getting some lore of like Nem is like, sorry, the dream cast me in this role, so I literally couldn't resist.
Yes.
Again, kind of seeing the nature of like her being cast in roles means that she gets specified skills or specified shit. So I wonder if later she's going to be able to be cast in roles that actually let her do more.
hmm
Uh,
What was actually super funny about that too, though, was the fact that like you know Baku hits him in the back like burping a baby to make him throw up.
yes. Good little like bit there personally.
Yeah.
And then again, we get the save from Nox, who again is working for the lady, but also not exactly.
Because
There's a little bit of tension there.
yeah,
I also
because what's something that you see in a lot of spy thrillers? Double agents.
yeah.
So
So we have that. We also have the confirmation that she can read minds.
oh man, that is whew,
But
that
also
is rough.
the one thing we haven't talked about the rest of this episode, we have the nurse who saw, you know, Nem get kidnapped, who apparently saw the lady, wasn't able to resist when she was basically just told, like, don't worry about it, and got kind of like Jedi mind tricked.
Yeah, that was whew.
And then at the end of the episode, the lady giving Baku the card, like, hey, I'm just a sleep psychologist.
Yeah, that was I do not like this lady.
Oh,
This
no.
lady is creepy as hell.
No, she's creepy. But also, this is definitely a thing I love about stuff like thrillers or spy media, where it's like, you know, a character is like a bad guy in a disguise, and just to see him show up in like a hero's everyday life and be like, oh, do you need some help? It's like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh, and then we have an interesting ending where, okay, so Zero kind of started looking suspicious. We need a new guy to take over and give Baku his missions. What if we send the like evilest looking guy we got?
I know, right?
The makeup department on him, he looks sickly. He's got the bags under his eyes. Uh, he just looks like he's not having a great time, and he's about to make you not have a great time. I think this is Agent 3.
Yes.
And again, if Baku was going to have his doubts before, we are going to see how this is going to go.
Yup.
Into setup of the new agents, we okay, with the poster I always thought that the new agents were going to be more like enemies that would be working with Nox, but it seems like some of them are still within code, so I guess
Yeah.
that's what we're going to look into next.
I mean, Nox has been saying like, you know, you can't trust code. So like what else is there to not trust about code?
Probably lots, honestly.
Yeah.
Probably lots. I'm probably going to leave. Azure is still our last slot, but I definitely want to talk about Omega for a bit. So let's talk about Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider.
Yes.
The beginning of this episode was exactly what I thought it was going to happen, which is like, okay, we're getting the continuation of the fight. The like second half of this episode, you could not have paid me money to guess this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like I got whiplash. So continuing
Dude, same.
on, Tiger Mask fight with not real Tiger Mask. I mean, that went about as well as I thought it was going to.
Yeah, it looked like it was it would look like it was in her favor for quite a while, and then all of a sudden it's like, nah, I'm gonna transform, and then the whole realization that you know that the sister can actually also make the funny faces.
That was good.
Like,
Incredibly funny bit of her having to deal with the realization not only are they real, but here's a monster and he's after me.
yeah,
All incredibly good. I fucking love that fucking spin kick into like his head getting torn off, being the transformation thing. her running off into the buildings, and I'm gonna be honest, I was like, oh, are they gonna commit to killing her? Because for a bit it looked really bad. Uh,
Yeah.
the fucking spike coming out and her having to jump out of her clothes, that's not what I thought was happening there. I thought maybe we were gonna get like a real tiger mask.
Yeah.
uh
No, no. Like I said, it's really funny that like now she's a part of being, having to be goofy.
no, I love that she shows up at the younger brother because he's the more reasonable guy. I think it's incredibly funny to have her like show up interrupting when they're about to be lovey-dovey. But also my favorite bit is like, even if our older brother was right, that doesn't mean I'm going to like not hate him for being a fucking piece of shit in a freak show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, deserved, okay?
Yeah.
Beat that
completely.
guy to death. Overall, funny episode, funny bits.
Yeah, it was just so wild. I'm like,
And then
yeah,
we get the turn. We get this basically the other half of this episode that has nothing to do with that other than Spider is our main guy.
yeah. What was going on in this episode? Oh my god.
Okay, so we've gotten the reveal that Spider is making agents and monsters like pretty methodically. Like he's still looking for strong people. We have the reveal that Bat is apparently grabbing idols, specifically. And then I guess we cut to an overweight idol jogging.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is definitely part of the stuff about this show that I'm personally not the biggest fan of. I just, it feels a little mean-spirited. It feels kind of like out of left field a little bit also for this show.
Just a little bit.
No, again, just a little bit. Some of the bits were like, okay, she's jogging and we have to do like the elephant shaking, like the big ass fucking footsteps. I'm like, okay, that's a little much. Because again, some of it can just be really funny. I think the fact that regardless of everything, she's still an idol. I think that's cute. I think that's good. I thought it was really funny when she gets asked by her like idol unit mate to like, I need you to give up you need to choose ramen or being an idol, and she's like, I obviously choose being an idol, and it like pans back to her, and then you just start hearing the slurping again. I'm like, okay girl, me too though.
Yeah.
It's like she already ordered that, might as well.
Yeah, I felt that. I felt that.
The ramen looked delicious too.
It did. I kind of want some myself.
I kind of wanted some too, but our one friend that we were going to go do lunch with, who's our big ramen guy, he couldn't make it, and it felt kind of bad to go have his favorite food without him. So maybe next week.
That's fair.
But the setup here of she, because of her being an idol, runs into like all of her idol mates, and like it looks like some of like the managers and stuff from her company basically having been taken over by the Bat. And it looks like most of the guys we've been dealing with recently have been, I guess, Spider combatants, because they all like retained their humanity and like their thought, like they were brainwashed, but they were still like people. These guys are just like zombies. These guys are like barely working. So I wonder if there's something specific that Bat is doing differently to them.
Yeah, that is a little bit weird.
And then we get the Spider is now wants to know more about humans and is also getting wrapped up in, I guess, a romance plot with the chubby idol. And that's how we end the episode, on just the like him carrying her away.
Like,
and
did you see anything weird?
I can't not fall in love with you after this.
Yeah.
Incredible bits all around. Again, it's one of those things where like, okay, I don't like some of this a little bit. It feels a little mean-spirited. It's the same way that I don't like some of the fan service in this, because like sometimes it's like, you are doing a lot here. In a way that I'm just like, it's just not to my taste, you know? Overall, still a pretty funny episode. Still some interesting bits. The fucking combat in that first fight was super sick, honestly. I do love that we're getting kind of that like high octane tokusatsu, like I'm going to run up a building so that I can fucking spin kick you.
Yes.
I do love that.
So
it's
sick.
been really cool. But talking about, I guess, not as much combat, I guess second to last episode of Ultraman Omega.
Yeah. and it's rough, man. Like we basically see that. Yeah, we basically see that Serato is like being torn between like his duty as just a stargazer and the fact that he wants to be Serato.
And we got to deal with humanity's folly. They tried to make they tried to use parts from two of the worst kaijus that they've dealt with, and they made the Omega kaiju.
Yeah.
This guy's kind of crazy. He can control kaiju. He can suck them up to like take their parts. And at this point, he's also already become like he's already absorbed like 4 or 5 different guys.
Yeah, dude. That the funniest thing about that is like I'm just like, man, like this is some Jurassic World shit.
It apparently really is. I did not watch that movie, but I did hear about that new new genetic modified dinosaur shit.
Yeah, I'm like. Yeah, it's really it's like you were so preoccupied with whether you could you didn't think that as to whether you should. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, so I like that. I like that we do get to see Omega, because for a second when he shows up again, you think, oh, is he not going to transform? Or like, but like he does. But again, it's just as an observer where he just does like the bare minimum in the fight, kind of sees what this kaiju can do, and then he's like, okay, I've got my info. Bye.
What's actually kind of cool too? What's actually kind of cool about it too is the fact that like it kind of recontextualizes, him holding out his hand and like staring at them, staring at the kaiju. Like it kind of recontextualizes, like he's just observing them.
Yep, he's like taking notes, almost like comparing them.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, man, this episode just made me feel the hopelessness in all the humans, and then they're still not giving up, especially Kyohei, who's like, we can't give up. Looks like they find a way to defeat him at the very last minute, because they try the old weaknesses, they fail. Everything else that they're trying to do fails. He's coming on land soon. Like everything is looking bad.
Yeah, and then like but like they are coming up with different weapons. Like Sai says that never give up, which is like that's the like we see this a lot in like a lot of like humans versus blank thing, where it's like because humans never give up. Like there's always a path forward type of stuff, and I'm like, oh, it's cute.
I mean, especially like I don't remember if you watched. Did you watch Godzilla -1?
Yes.
Yeah, that's especially.
Mm-hmm.
That's especially a never give up. Oh my god. I was so tense by the end of that movie, because it's like, man, we got one last chance.
Yeah.
But all right, incredible just vibes leading into kind of obviously in my opinion like the highlight of the episode, Kyohei talking to Omega / Serato, and first of all, please help us, please fight. I am a space gazer. I only observe. I will not. And as he turns away, being like, look, I understand. I won't bother you anymore. And then we get that shot of him, like, as he's walking, stopping. We see him blurred in the background while we can see Serato clearly. And we just pause there for a bit.
Yeah.
Of him not wanting to leave. And that final bit of, like, Serato, this time we spent together was, the best time of my life. Regardless of what happens, I will keep fighting.
Mm-hmm.
All incredibly like sappy, teary, and like also without having to be specifically spelled out, the implication is I was someone who, going back to the beginning, his like flaws, like he's someone who felt stuck, who didn't know what he wanted to do, and he found what he wanted to do because of Serato, and now he's moving forward because of him. It's so sweet. It's so good.
It's so good.
And especially because, again, we've been praising Serato's actor for like especially some of the more like character acting, little facial stuff. Him being the only one you can like really see clearly, and you can see how much it's hurting him to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
It was so exciting. They have a way to do something, and we're leading into the final episode like this.
Yeah, and honestly, like, and not only that, the episode preview, like we've been doing, it's been this whole little bit of like, it's the radio host basically like, introducing like, the next episode, and they're like saying, it's like, no, I'm staying. I need to report on this. It's like, you know what? I'm staying too. I'm like, ah.
It's adorable. I'm gonna miss Omega a lot. I think Omega really wormed its way into my heart.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like outside of World of Music, Omega is Beat Blazer for me. It's
Yeah,
finally Beat
yeah.
Blazer.
Well, here's the thing. World of Music is a fantastic, like, single episode, but
Yeah.
also I think World of Music could also go in like a lot of Ultraman shows.
Mhm.
You know, because it was kind of like a slightly detached thing from the main plot.
Yeah, definitely.
But Omega as a whole, yeah, I think it's probably one of my favorites. I mean, hey, we can go look into. Maybe it's time we start watching some old Ultraman for the channel later.
Yeah.
As long as we
need
make sure
to-
not like as long as we make sure there's not like 5 other shows that are coming up that we end up talking
Yeah.
about, because that could happen. It has
Yes.
happened before. It happened very recently, in fact. The other thing I was gonna say is I was going to maybe once we start Gavan and we don't have a Sentai to talk about, I might start watching one of the ones that you've watched and just kind of like we were doing Dawn Brothers before we were doing it as a full thing. Just be like, this is about how many episodes I've seen of this, and maybe we'll just have a little chat just so we still have a little bit of Sentai in our hearts. Did you see? Speaking about Gavan, we've got an actor now.
Oh, wait. Maybe we don't know who it is because there is a fake magazine scan going around.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So that
I
might
have to
be
warn
fake.
you. Yes, like we do know that the last name is Shiraishi, I believe, but it is not, I believe, Shunya Shiraishi, who is Kamen Rider Wizard. It is not him. That is what we know. It is not
Okay.
him.
It's not Wizard. Okay, good to know.
But yeah.
Well, I guess we will find out. I mean, at the very latest, we will find out in like 3-ish weeks.
Mhm.
I think we'll find out a little before the actual show airs, probably. But with that, OrigaRed episode 2.
Whew, man.
I mean, I did really like this episode.
Yeah.
First of all, I do love seeing the silly Kaku Ranger things just like pop up. We got the like invisibility cloak and everything. Everyone got a little wiped. I do love seeing the like recognition that Hoaru gets, because even when everyone is down, he's the one who goes to fight the Calamity and almost gets bodied.
Exactly, and I mean, and like we actually do see like a little like cute moment where OrigaRed is actually asking, like talking to Tegasword and like saying, "Why'd you choose him? He's just this blank guy," and it's like, "You'll see," and then
You'll see, he's a true red through and through.
Yeah, and he proves it. He proves it this episode, and it is glorious.
First of all, we got to talk about the incredible. I love that we brought some incredibly bullshit randomness to such a serious episode at the beginning. Hey guys, I'm here in my civilian clothes. I'm gonna have you guys do a dumb yokai contest to see who gets this ring.
That was actually really funny, and like they're basically just wearing these absurd outfits.
Absurd. In some cases, incredibly cringy. The unicorn outfit with her going. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, the Roku Kemi,
that gave me some real fucking Don Brothers flashbacks.
Don brother, yeah. Sorry, I had to just make the joke about it. But yeah, no, like we basically see it, and it's honestly really funny. Also, we see Kinjiro be like an old man, like in his young form. But we basically had a Blazer moment where dude is pretty.
Oh yeah,
buff,
you
man.
see him flex, and you're like, damn, you're jacked. We cannot tell normally, especially because for his little things, it's a lot of like little suits and stuff, so it's not stuff that's like very form fitting and stuff. I did not realize Kijiro's actor was like jacked.
Yeah, he's wearing a bunch of oversized suits, and it's like yeah. He doesn't have enough to contain those guns.
Holy shit. And I also love, Huaru's the one who like, whatever, and then everyone joins in, and I absolutely adore the like when the Gozujus commit to the bit. They're the strongest.
Exactly. No, but it's also really cute because this actually gets brought up. We actually get like this really cute moment that gets brought up because of that, where it's like Haru's like just going along with the bit because like that's what he does. He's just there to kind of just help out, and everyone says, "Hey, do this with us." Like, it's like fine,
Yeah.
and he basically gets dressed up in this ridiculous outfit, and Kaku Red enjoys Sasuke enjoys the hell out of it. It says it's it's like yeah, see, you're true, but yeah, but the origami punk said this. He said I'm not a leader. I said I'm not a red. It's like, look, look. I may have been a red, but I wasn't a leader because and we even get a small mention of that earlier. It's like, oh, another white crane because the white Kaku White was the leader of the Kaku Rangers. So
Yeah.
it's actually like really cool that they actually like did acknowledge that red doesn't necessarily mean you're the leader.
Yeah, I think that's always been a thing where like a lot of people have that like as a almost like misconception that like red's the leader, red's in charge, and it's like sometimes, I mean,
Mm.
I would I would I would love to see anyone argue that like for example, Giro was the one in charge during King Elgin.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
you really can't.
Yeah, yeah. There's no way. I mean,
There were
they
5
all-
leaders on that team, and none of them were Giro.
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, 5 leaders and like like yeah, and yeah, this is Gira and this is Gira's boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, they're like yeah, no, yeah, just being a red does not necessarily make you a leader, and it's actually really nice that they actually did acknowledge that, and so
Yeah,
yeah, like
and but here's the thing. I think for the people who have that like really traditional view or whatever, I don't think that's going to ever really change. That they're like red's the leader, even though we literally had a red come out and like look at the camera. Hey guys, being the red doesn't make you the leader.
yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, that's right. I saw that tweet going around.
Where you can have a guy. I thought that was cute. I love that again. We're going back to the like the Gozujers are just this weird family. I mean, this final fight, obviously, again, man, they gave OrigaRed so much fucking sauce.
Oh my god.
He is so cool. He is such a vibe when he comes in. His fighting style is so cool. And that finisher was fantastic. Didn't fucking work because obviously, but it looked so good.
Yeah, and then but then we get like the big fight of the episode against like Famine and his group. And honestly, I love the idea that Haru gets a power up against Famine by eating a shit ton of food.
I mean, he was getting powered up. First of all, the incredible bit of course, Haru sacrifices himself because that's just kind of what he does. He doesn't even think about it. But the incredible bit of everyone else, like this was a fucking One Piece moment of like, hey buddy, here's a ridiculous amount of food. You need to be good shape to fight. You'll be better once you do that. Because he fucking eats it, and then he has the big stomach, and then he just kind of like and like just absorbs.
Yeah,
it's so stupid. It's so silly.
Yeah, but during that moment though, like when like it's like why did you save me? And it's like I just throw myself into things, and then like that's when OrigaRed says, okay, I get it now, I get it.
Yep. Part of being like a red, because again, usually even if they're not the leader, the reds are usually the main characters. They're the ones we follow along. They're the ones who we have to like see a lot more of their perspective or whatever. And but they're usually again a lot of times they end up being like catalysts and stuff.
Yes.
Gira
Yeah.
was not the leader, he was not the guy, but also
Yeah,
he was the one who started everything basically.
Yeah, I mean, and oh my god, and then but yeah, like while like talking about food and like talking about like stuff going on, like the fact that while he was eating, like Sasuke was stealing rings left and right and was doing these combined finishers.
Oh my god,
like,
the weapon combinations, the like double fist, the double sword, the gun, and then like the surfboard for Mega Ranger. Very stylish. I'm glad we're seeing this because this is kind of like the cool advantage at the end where we have a bunch of them. Again, fantastic double finisher with OrigaRed and Haru. And I love that little chat at the end where he's like, I may not have a wish, but I know I'm fighting for. He's looking at the rest of the Gozujers, and it's like, that's sweet. That's what I'm here for.
Exactly.
I was right though. Kappa Ryugi did win. That was my favorite. I thought he looked fucking great. He did win the last ring, which means there's only 6 players left in this fight.
Unfortunately,
and I fucking cry because the next episode preview is the grandfather versus granddaughter, Kijino versus Sumino. What does it mean to be a real party person?
Yeah. And even before that, like, we still have one final loose end, and that is Fire Candle. Like,
yep. Who showed up and is gonna be using the corpse of one of the Calamity. I mean, okay, this was what, episode 44 or 45?
45.
45. So we have 3 more episodes. So that is like 2 episodes to sort the battles and maybe like an episode to sort Fire Candle.
Yeah, or it might just be happening at the same time because we do see Fire Candle in the preview for the next episode.
Yep.
So we'll see.
So 3
we'll see
episodes to deal with that. Realistically, Go Azure would be an episode that I'd like to see a little bit of like an epilogue for. Like I definitely want to see at least a like what is happening after, just because it's kind of our final Sentai for a bit.
Yes.
So I do really want to like tie the bow on some things here. I did love the like, hey man, if you guys want, you guys can come visit. I got like 300 other juniors for you guys to meet. I don't like crowds that much. It's like, fair enough.
Yeah, that was really, really cute.
Overall, good bits, good shit all around.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
I'm sad about this coming to an end. We have at this point we're gonna deal with a lot of endings. We're gonna have we're gonna have Ultraman ending next week, and then just like 2 weeks later, we're gonna have the Go Azure ending. And I don't know how to feel about that right now.
Yeah,
it's already heartbreaking. I think we were talking about that Gintama meme about like when a new Sentai starts, you don't care, but by the time it ends, you don't want it to end. But like it feels even more different. Thinking this is the final Sentai we might get for a while.
Especially because like we've had so many ups and downs. Unfortunately, like man, like one thing that makes me really, really sad, and like a lot of people were pointing this out too, is that Oni's sister was basically wearing old Sumino's clothes in this preview. And I'm like, this hurts. Because it basically means that they kind of filmed almost everything already when they had to replace her. And it hurts to think about, too. So like,
it hurts to think about. It hurts to think about how her character was already kind of falling to the back. And then like the one chance we had for her to get her character stuff is one of the things that got cut. And again, I think they just have, Oni's sister here as a replacement, but they're obviously aren't. We'll see how they use her for next episode, but it also feels like they're kind of just like, cool, you just get to stay in the background now because we cannot afford to have people know you're here.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of sad things kind of going around.
Yeah, it's gonna be an unfortunate shadow over like the legacy of this show.
Yep.
Especially because it's the ending too, so like there's that too.
Yep. But I mean, hey, we're still gonna have tokusatsu in general. I don't know. I kind of want to make a dumb little tokusatsu team comic or something, Sentai inspired, but we'll see if that ever happens. Writing comics is hard, I'll say that much.
Yeah.
But with that, in this world right now where it feels like everything is, art is being devalued in a lot of places, with AI art and with all that other stuff. If you got something you want to make, you should do your best,
Yeah, just make it.
Yep. Just like we're making this because we wanted to, and here we are like 3 years later or something.
Holy crap, man.
Yeah, we've gone through like three fucking writer shows. That's like 3 years.
Thanks, Geets.
Yeah, thanks, Geets. And I've gone and I've visited you in person. I'll try to do that again this year if I get a chance to travel, but otherwise, thank you so much for listening, guys. And as always, we will see you next week to talk about tokusatsu again.
Yep. Later.
This program is brought to you by
our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
you can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.